Are you curious about the mysterious wall surrounding the Kaaba? Many people are feeling uneasy and puzzled by this unusual structure. Made of a special material, it sparked confusion and worry among Muslims worldwide. Some speculate it's linked to the pandemic, while others think it's a move by the Saudi government to keep ordinary Muslims away. Could it be connected to the conflict in Palestine? So let's dive into this video to know the real truth about the wall around the Kaaba. The Kaaba, also known as al-Kaaba al-Musharrafa, stands at the heart of Islam's most revered mosque, the Masjid al-Haram in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. Muslims worldwide consider it the Bayt Allah, house of God, and pray in its direction, known as the qibla. It was originally built after being damaged by fire during a historical siege, but it holds immense significance in Islamic history. Traditionally, Muslims initially prayed to face Jerusalem before turning towards the Kaaba, a change attributed to a revelation received by Muhammad. Throughout history, the Kaaba has been rebuilt multiple times, notably by Abraham, and his son, Ishmael. Pilgrims engage in the tawaf, circling the Kaaba counterclockwise 7 times during the obligatory Hajj and Umrah pilgrimages. The area surrounding the Kaaba, called the Mataf, sees pilgrim gatherings year-round, particularly large numbers during Ramadan and Hajj. The kiswa, a cloth covering the Kaaba, is changed annually on the 9th of Dhu al-Hijjah, known as the Day of Arafah, origin of Kaaba. In Islamic belief, the Kaaba holds a divine origin as a place of worship initially created by Allah for angels in the heavens. Described as Bayt Allah in the Quran, it served as the central point for angelic worship before mankind's creation. According to Islamic beliefs, Prophet Ibrahim A.S. and his son Ismail A.S. played a crucial role in constructing the holy Kaaba. Ibrahim A.S. received a divine command from Allah, instructing him to build a house of worship at the designated location in Mecca. With divine guidance, Ibrahim A.S. and Ismail A.S. worked together to construct the Kaaba, dedicating it as a sacred sanctuary for worshiping the one God. And remember when Abraham and his son Ishmael were raising the foundations of the house, the Kaaba at Mecca, saying, "Our Lord, accept this service from us. Verily, you are the all-hearer, the all-knower." Quran 2:127. So when Allah brought Prophet Adam to earth, Bayt al-Mamur remained the focal point for angelic devotion. At that time, no physical structure of the Kaaba existed on earth. Allah then commanded Prophet Adam to construct the Kaaba at its current location on earth. Positioned directly above the earthly Kaaba is Bayt al-Mamur in the heavens, reinforcing the celestial connection to its terrestrial counterpart. Throughout history, the Kaaba underwent significant events, including damage during the time of Prophet Noah's flood. However, Allah instructed Prophet Abraham, through the angel Gabriel to rebuild the Kaaba. Guided by divine command, Prophet Ibrahim and his son Ismail reconstructed the Kaaba at its original site, ensuring its continuity as a sacred place of worship. He began the construction by excavating the ground from the area where soil had accumulated. Through this excavation, the same foundational stones laid by Prophet Adam with the assistance of angels were unearthed. With the guidance of Allah, Prophet Ibrahim, alongside Prophet Ismail, completed the reconstruction of the Kaaba. However, it's important to note that the Kaaba built by Prophet Ibrahim differed significantly from the present-day structure. Despite these differences, the Kaaba remained a symbol of devotion and reverence for believers, representing the timeless connection between humanity and the divine. Although precise historical records are lacking, the construction of the Holy Kaaba is believed to have occurred thousands of years ago. Despite the absence of detailed accounts, this event holds immense significance in Islamic tradition, marking a pivotal moment in the history of monotheism. Prophet Ibrahim A.S. is highly esteemed among Muslims as a revered prophet, admired for his unwavering obedience and devotion to Allah. his pivotal role in the construction of the Kaaba serves as a timeless example of faith and righteousness for believers. Over time, the Kaaba has evolved into the spiritual center of Islam, serving as the focal point for Muslims' prayers and pilgrimage rituals, including Umrah and Hajj. These sacred acts symbolize unity, devotion, and the monotheistic beliefs that lie at the core of the Islamic faith. These traditions, transmitted through Prophet Muhammad Pibu and enshrined in the Quran, continue to be practiced by Muslims worldwide, reinforcing their spiritual connection to the Kaaba and their commitment to Allah. What makes the Kaaba so important? The Holy Kaaba, also called Khana Kaaba, is not the actual dwelling place of Allah, SWT, but a symbolic representation of His presence in this world. It's essential to understand that Muslims do not worship the Kaaba itself. Instead, it serves as a symbol of the supreme and one God, which is the cornerstone of Islamic belief. This concept, known as the oneness of Allah, SWT, forms the first pillar of Islam and is central to every Muslim's faith. Furthermore, the significance of the Kaaba is underscored by its designation as the qibla. In simpler terms, it is the direction that Muslims worldwide face during their daily prayers, salat. Hajj, the fifth pillar of Islam, is obligatory for every financially and physically capable Muslim to perform at least once in their lifetime. Upon reaching Mecca, pilgrims gather in the courtyard of the Great Mosque, also known as Masjid al-Haram, surrounding the Holy Kaaba. Here they embark on tawaf, circling the Kaaba 7 times as a symbolic act of devotion. During tawaf, pilgrims aim to touch or kiss the black stone, Hajar-e-Aswad, located in the eastern corner of the Kaaba. This ritual signifies the unity and equality of Muslims worldwide, with the Kaaba serving as a symbol of their shared faith and brotherhood. This concept of unity is echoed in the Holy Quran, which states, "O mankind, verily we have created you from a single pair of a male and a female, and have made you into nations and tribes, that you may know each other. Verily, the most honored of you in the sight of Almighty Allah is the most righteous." Quran 49:13. This verse emphasizes that the most noble among people are those who are righteous in their actions, regardless of their nationality or background, promoting unity and equality among all believers. The significance of the Holy Kaaba in Islam is highlighted in the verse from the Holy Quran. God has appointed the Kaaba, the sacred house, a support for mankind, and the sacred month, and the offerings and the garlands. That is so that you may know that God knows whatsoever is in the heavens and the earth, and that God is knower of all things. 5:97. This verse underscores the Kaaba's role as a sacred sanctuary for humanity, ordained by Allah to serve as a focal point for worship. It also emphasizes the importance of rituals associated with the Kaaba, such as the sacred month and the offerings made during the pilgrimage. Why was the Kaaba built? According to Islamic tradition, the Holy Kaaba was originally an open-roofed structure. Despite being built by Prophet Ibrahim, AS, for the worship of Allah, SWT, the Quraysh tribe filled it with idols during their rule. However, in 608 CE, influential leaders of the Quraysh tribe collaborated to rebuild the Kaaba in its pre-Islamic form, using various materials like wood and stone. Furthermore, due to the Kaaba's initial location on floodplains, its entrance was raised above ground level during the reconstruction to protect it from floods and potential intruders. Shortly after receiving prophethood, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, and his followers faced persecution in Mecca and were eventually forced to migrate to Medina in 620 CE. After the conquest of Mecca in the 8th year after Hijrah, 630 CE, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, initiated the removal of all idols from the Kaaba, restoring it to the monotheistic principles preached by Prophet Ibrahim, AS. It's reported that during this monumental event, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, recited the verse from the Holy Quran, "Truth hath come and falsehood hath vanished." 1781. Since then, the Kaaba has undergone extensive modifications and alterations to accommodate the increasing number of pilgrims. However, despite these changes, the foundational structure of the Holy Kaaba remains unchanged. Presently, the Kaaba houses several significant Islamic landmarks, including Hajar-e-Aswad, the Black Stone, Musalla Jibrail, the Station of Gabriel, and Maqam-e-Ibrahim, the Station of Abraham. These landmarks hold immense spiritual significance for Muslims worldwide, serving as focal points for their devotion and worship during Hajj and Umrah pilgrimages. Structure of Kaaba. The current structure of the Kaaba appears as a cubic building, but during the time of Prophet Abraham it was rectangular and had no roof. It featured two doors, one for entry and the other for exit, and this shape persisted for a long time. People continued to circle around it, following Allah's command, as even before Islam, the Kaaba held immense respect and sacredness across various inspired religions. During the reign of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the Kaaba suffered extensive damage due to continuous rains. It was decided to rebuild it during this period, with the Quraysh tribe entrusted with its care and management. In this pre-Islamic era, the Quraysh and other tribes agreed that only income earned through lawful means would be used to construct and maintain the Kaaba. This decision reflected the sacredness of the Kaaba, as funds obtained through unlawful means, considered haram, were deemed unsuitable for such a purpose. As construction began, the Quraysh utilized income earned through lawful means to finance the building. However, despite their efforts, a part of the Kaaba remained under construction, indicating the ongoing restoration efforts during that time. Due to the cessation of lawful income, the construction of the Kaaba was immediately halted. The portion of the Kaaba that had already been constructed was covered with a square-shaped building, transforming the Kaaba into the cubic form we see today. The two unfinished areas were left visible as Hajar al-Aswad, a semicircular wall. Therefore, the portion of Hajar al-Aswad is considered part of the Kaaba, and offering prayers there is rewarded similarly to prayers inside the Kaaba. As time passed, the Kaaba underwent various renovations, including the addition of the Hijr Ismail during the time of Prophet Muhammad and subsequent periods. Despite construction or renovation work, rituals like tawaf and other worship practices inside the Kaaba continued uninterrupted. During the COVID-19 pandemic, a similar wall was erected around the Kaaba to maintain social distance when social activities were restricted. However, despite such measures, the Kaaba remained open for worship at all times, ensuring that the faithful could continue their devotions uninterrupted. Why is this wall made? The purpose of the temporary wall around the Kaaba may seem strange, but it's actually quite simple. This wall isn't permanent. It's just a temporary barrier. It's not because of any epidemic or secret plan by the Saudi Arabian government. Instead, it's there because maintenance work is happening around the Kaaba in the Haram courtyard. You see, they put up a temporary wall or barrier whenever maintenance work is carried out. This time, news travels fast with the widespread use of social media. So they erected this temporary wall to keep people at a distance during the maintenance work and ensure that the noise from the tools and machines used for fixing things doesn't disturb those praying. So it's not about the coronavirus or any political conflicts. It's simply about making sure that the special atmosphere around the Kaaba is preserved and that worshippers can pray peacefully while the necessary maintenance is carried out. You might be wondering what exactly needs repairing at the Kaaba right now. Well, this isn't the first time repairs are being done. The Saudi government has taken up this responsibility many times before. Weather, seasons, and time changes can cause wear and tear to the Kaaba and its foundation, so repairs are necessary. Sometimes maintenance is needed for the carpet around the Kaaba, and the roof and surrounding area also require care due to seasonal effects. Once the construction work is completed, attention turns to maintaining the Kaaba's cover. Unfortunately, some pilgrims inadvertently damage the cover due to a lack of awareness, so the repairs and maintenance work around the Kaaba are routine tasks to ensure that this sacred structure remains in good condition for worshippers worldwide. It's all about preserving the sanctity and integrity of this revered site. Sometimes, pilgrims have been observed bringing items like blades, knives, or scissors to cut threads or pieces from the cover of the Kaaba. They do this, hoping to obtain blessings through these threads or pieces. However, such actions are frowned upon in Islam, as they show a lack of understanding. Unfortunately, some Muslims, unaware of the religious guidelines, inadvertently harm the cover of the Kaaba in this way. To address this issue, timely repairs are carried out to fix the damage caused. The cover of the Kaaba is only changed once a year during the days of Hajj, so it's crucial to ensure it remains in good condition throughout the year. It's important to approach such situations with understanding and compassion. Rather than condemning fellow Muslims, we should strive to educate them with kindness. Whenever we witness someone acting inappropriately in the Haram or in everyday life, we should pray to Allah for the opportunity to visit His house and experience the presence of the Prophet during his blessed times. Through patience and understanding, we can help foster a greater sense of reverence and respect for sacred places and practices in Islam. Kaaba and End Times. Indeed, the hadiths mention that the Kaaba will face destruction before the final hour, appearing as one of the last signs of the day of resurrection. This prophecy is deeply unsettling, considering the immense sanctity of the Kaaba, revered as one of the holiest sites on earth. The hadith's confirmation of such an event instills a profound sense of awe and trepidation. According to the hadiths, the individual who will perpetrate this act is named Dhul Suwaykatayn, hailing from Ethiopia, Abyssinia. It is foretold that he will cause the destruction of the Kaaba in his quest to steal its cover, kiswa, and treasure. According to interpretations of Surah Al-Anbiya 2196 from the Quran, the incident involving Dhul Suwaykatayn will occur when there are no faithful Muslims left in the world. This period is linked to the emergence of Gog and Magog, Yajuj-Majuj, as mentioned in the Quran. It is believed that Dhul Suwaykatayn first appeared during the time of Prophet Isa, A.S., also known as Jesus, son of Mary. Prophet Isa, A.S., will lead an army of 700 to 800 Muslim soldiers to confront Dhul Suwaykatayn. As the confrontation unfolds, Allah will send a breeze from Yemen's direction, taking the souls of every faithful Muslim believer at that time. Only individuals with the worst character traits will remain alive. These individuals will descend into immoral behavior, resembling animals in their actions. Indeed, according to Kaaba, the emergence of Dhul Suwaykatayn will signify that the hour of resurrection is very near. Scholars have debated the identity of Dhul Suwaykatayn, with some suggesting that he may also be known as Jaja, who is prophesied to appear in the end times. This belief is based on interpretations of various hadiths and Quranic verses. In recent times, there has been increased discussion about the signs of Qiyamah, Judgment Day, coming true, indicating the nearing of the end times. These signs include both major and minor occurrences, such as societal upheavals, natural disasters, and moral decay. As believers, reflecting on these signs and preparing spiritually for the eventual day of judgment is essential. Why will Allah allow the Kaaba to be destroyed? The name Dhul Suwaykatayn translates to the one with thin shins. According to reports in Musnad Ahmad, he is foretold to destroy the Kaaba by dismantling it stone by stone, using a spade and an axe. In the Quran, in the chapter titled Al-Fail, Allah recounts how he thwarted an army of elephant riders who sought to destroy the Kaaba. Allah sent upon them swarms of birds carrying clay pellets, which pelted the invaders until they were vanquished. This event shows Allah's protection of the Kaaba and his power to safeguard it from destruction, even without human intervention. This divine protection highlights the sanctity and significance of the Kaaba as a symbol of faith and unity for Muslims worldwide. It underscores Allah's sovereignty and his ability to decree the fate of his creations. Ultimately, it reaffirms the belief that Allah's will prevails over all things, and he can preserve or dismantle whatever he chooses according to his divine plan. In the Quran, Allah states, "All that lives, on earth or in the heavens, is bound to pass away, but forever will abide your sustainer self, full of majesty and glory." This verse emphasizes a fundamental truth. Everything in existence, whether on earth or in the heavens, will eventually perish before the day of judgment. This reminder is crucial for all of us to reflect upon. It underscores the impermanence of all created things, whether they are living beings or inanimate objects. Everything will eventually cease to exist and return to dust. Even the Holy Kaaba, which holds immense significance in Islam, is subject to this universal truth. Although it was initially built by the command of Allah, it too will be destroyed near the end of times, as ordained by Allah. This serves as a humbling reminder of the transient nature of all worldly things and the ultimate authority of Allah over his creation. As believers, it is important for us to keep this reality in mind and strive to lead lives that follow Islam's teachings. Our focus should be on preparing for the hereafter and seeking the pleasure of Allah, recognizing that the material world and its possessions are temporary and fleeting. Further, as we delve into the near-apocalyptic scenario described in Islamic eschatology, we confront a series of chilling events that will unfold near the end of times. Allah will send a breeze causing every living believer, including Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, to perish. Those left on earth will be the epitome of depravity, devoid of any righteous deeds or adherence to Islamic practices. The Quran, the divine guidance for humanity, will be lifted from the earth, erasing its remembrance and physical presence. In this grim backdrop, Allah will decree the destruction of the Kaaba, the sacred sanctuary revered by Muslims worldwide. Despite its profound significance, the Kaaba is not exempt from the transient nature of creation. It too will succumb to Allah's decree of destruction, carried out by a disbeliever known as the bald Ethiopian man with thin shins. While this narrative may unsettle us, it underscores a profound truth: the ephemeral nature of earthly existence. Allah created the universe as a test for mankind, and death and destruction are inevitable aspects of this temporal existence. However, this does not diminish Allah's power or authority. He allows some of his creations to perish as part of his divine will and decree. This sobering reality should serve as a wake-up call for humanity. It urges us to hasten towards belief in Islam and the performance of righteous deeds before our time on earth comes to an end. Despite the impending destruction, Allah remains omnipotent and merciful, guiding us towards salvation and eternal bliss. In the face of such daunting prospects, we must strengthen our faith, seek forgiveness, and strive for righteousness, knowing that our ultimate destiny lies in the hands of the Most Merciful. So what do you think of the real truth behind the wall around the Kaaba? Comment below and subscribe for more.